Hey, you chickadees, how you doing? Happy Thursday. Got all things in here. Got another message in there from YouTube, and I saw that in the chat. Hello, hello on YouTube, and the TikTok, and on the Kick as well. And of course, Twitch. It looks like we've got new Twitch drops, by the way, for this. So I'm just checking. So I think we got drops. Let me see if we do that. The drops for us. I think we do. I think I saw a notification that either they're going live or what. So I'm checking. Trying to look a little bit. Yep, there's some drops that are active here on the channel now, which is great. Let's see here. Let's look at what they are. More building materials and all that. So I'm looking on the screens here. Oh, an observer column, an observer round floor, observer round foundation, observer wall number 2, and observer round wall. Those are nice. Oh, those are you're gonna want to have those. Okay. So make sure you're watching. I appreciate everybody watching on any channel that you're on. But if you do want to get the free drops and all that, make sure you come over on the Twitch side and get drops, because it's the only place I know to get drops. So be sure to do that. And we're gonna go from there. So I got a martini sitting here in my Le Rooster merch shaker. So here, it's actually yellow. The green screen is bringing it out, but waiting on that. Been a long week and it's not quite over yet, but I've earned it already. So we're looking at the this is the Landsrad screen, and let me just get some of my sound settings up in front. Oh, who's following us now? Thank you, thank you, thank you. There's a subscribe and a follow. I'm gonna pop over. I'm like trying to read that all, so thank you. Get that activity feed there. There's okay. That's on YouTube. Thank you very much. Very much. Some of my notifications are not showing me right now, so that's a bummer. So yeah, hi. I appreciate the follows, subscribes on YouTube, and follows and such on the Kicks and TikToks and Twitches and all that. So welcome on in. Just trying to figure out how loud I've got this thing turned up. Sure. So getting in here, I wanted to look at what's going on here. So logged into the base. I didn't get to play. I've had, like I said, long week so far and a lot of work. In fact, kind of sent me out of work. I mean, I was done. I realized, oh, I have even more work to do when I get back. So in the morning. But today we'll have a martini, a glass of wine. Because yes. So I got some food coming to the house, some pulled pork sliders and some garlic fries and tea. Here's, let's start with that martini. Get that going, because yes. Or it gets watered down and stuff. I don't know. Okay, so just kind of looking. Goodluck's been working on a base. Nice. Some of the stuff looks nice. Now, want to look at what we got going on. I got on here. We got the new thing, the new patch that shows these two screens here. See our water's at a very good level, over 1.1 million. Volume's fine. Power is good. And we have some excess. You know, I like this. As we're doing that, let me see. Up to full times and stuff like that. So that's good. Ooh, let's see some of the stuff. I don't know. He may be waiting on me to expand up, which is fine. I know tools. Let me see. Oh, I still have these thermo-responsive things from earlier, so I need to deposit them. One of the things I mean, I've seen some of the videos. I haven't had a chance to play because I've been busy for a couple days and spent some time with Mrs. Rooster when I get home and stuff, and you know, happy wife, happy life. I have these sitting there. They are. So we have thermo response. I got a bunch. So we'll need a tool. We need a repair tool. I have on me at the moment. Compactor. Let's see this worm attraction intensity on this. If you can, see, yeah, you can see that it's right up there where it says medium. So that hasn't been increased. It was so I think the other ones are worse. Notable. I think in the deep desert, where I need to go to the deep desert, check things out. I think in the just in the beginning of the shield wall, you can now get Stravidium and Titanium, is what I'm hearing, which is super duper good for us. Also, I was checking our pin shields. I did log in like the morning after this because you know I have this. I had trouble making this pin shield go across properly and prettily, but it so I was afraid it was going to drop. We'll rework that when we have a time. And make it nicer, but not at the moment. So we'll see. Like there's a sandstorm. Stationary sandstorm.
Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
It's like what? Where's it coming from? Not ready to fly out, but that's a good point anyway. Okay, I don't even know where it is. Be off green so far. Okay. Let's see. We want to look at the repair. We need to get our probe and some surveys. Take that. Take that. My welding torch. That's my. And we need to make sure we have wire. That's only 100.
Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
Okay, so the wings. Ammo. Didn't know. Alright. I don't know. Let me go downstairs and get them. Doggy the doggy. I believe that's my DoorDash delivery. Huggy crate. You can hear the dog. He's cute, but he's, you know, loud. And they made a change in the way the fuel cells look so that you can get an idea. One large, one little bit of a medium. Take. Food. Welcome in, everybody. For some reason, I'm not seeing all my chat on my integrated chat thing. Here's a sandstorm. Man, it's kind of pretty. Looks like it's really hitting us for sure. Little bird flying into the sandstorm. I like watching the sandstorms. Honestly, I think they're kind of pretty. Nothing survives a sandstorm, even those birds, dude.
Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
Usually we're gonna get, well, there we start getting hit with a whole bunch of sand. Now these guys are set to be a lot more durable than they were. The wings on this stuff, which is been paper crap. Just paper mache, paper crap. So I've been spending a lot of time repairing these things. It's not been done. Let's go to like that. We do have water on us. That's good. Get my food. Oh. Log one in. Enjoy the tunes. The only place you can't hear the music's on YouTube. I apologize, but it's copyright stuff. And then we'll go from there. I'll be right back. Don't go nowhere, cockadoodle. All right. Pork sliders and some garlic fries from a decent place here in town. Haven't gotten stuff from them in a long time, but I knew they do a pretty good job. This box of fries reeks of garlic. But it's kind of a thing here in Northern California because we grow a lot of the garlic here, so that tends to be a thing. Can you come? Nice. Open in. Tomorrow we got Mass for Holy Day of Obligation after work. We'll go straight to that. We'll probably get on after that. Sliders, they look pretty good. Hard to see here on stream. Sometimes I can show you some of the stuff. Do food reviews. Garlic fries. More, you can kind of see them. They look impressive. Some lunch. Mrs. Rooster's having, she said, chot masala tacos, I think, or masala fries and Indian chot tacos of some sort. She's at a little event. Good. Some of this out. And we got buttons and all kinds of stuff. So don't need that tool. Oh, that suspensor belt is in craps. What does it cost to make a new suspensor belt? Been a little tired of repairing these guys. Some aluminum coat. Okay, we're doing it. I'm just gonna, this one, probably gonna grind these up, but here, I can put that tool there. We need more probes to go. I mean, there's everywhere. We can survey the whole dang place. We go out there, assuming we do. Let them make some of that while I test out some of this food. Tasty and fresh. Not bad. Worth eating. A little bit of these garlic fries. Parmesan and parsley and stuff. That'll work. Tasty beer battered fries. What? Now we got all kinds of things to look at. First thing is to look at another height of the slider. Better Downs in the house on Twitch. Welcome in, Better Down. How goes it, dude? Getting a little bit of dinner and a martini. I'm working hard. Working a little too hard. I was streaming, but we got to go to mass right after work, so on top of things. I did dinner. We're gonna drink now. Very good. Started with the drink. One thing I want to check out on the patch is I know they supposedly moved the spice sand and the flour sand from locations. Also, this ornithopter helicopter thing is supposed to be quieter. They were supposed to move the places where the flour sand was completely safe, which is a bummer. But I mean, I understand why they did it. I just don't like it. I didn't want to have to. There's dang Shai-Hulud. Yeah, there's no flour sand here. I mean, don't know where that explosion's coming from. Yeah, it makes a noise, but the wings aren't as loud as they were. So this should be. Dan, you have to work on Fridays, right? It's Monday you have off, I think. Correct? You lucky dog. Monday's the worst day. Dude. Best day to have off, in many ways. I like having Friday off, but yeah, not having to work on Mondays, I'd take that. That's for sure. Yeah, just get out of there. So, here's. Yep. I've been meaning to play and check out this patch for 2 days, but work's extra busy. Like today's normally a remote day and I get out earlier. I had to work later, had to go in site, and there was a lot of stuff going on. There's been shit flying. Had to get police involved in something. All kinds of stuff. A little deep desert info. Get on out there. Here's a good. For sure. Are you just going to crash and flounder if you don't hit the button to transfer? I suspect you do. No whammies. Okay, this is A2. Show me something good. Tell me something good here. Let's go up here and... Oh shit, I see stuff already. My god. Show me something good. Do that. 57 meters. Come on, people. Whenever you see that right over there, it looks... I'm seeing resources that were not here before, and we heard about this. Okay. So I saw some of the confirmations saying, "Yep, they're out here. You don't even have to leave the rocks." Um, Survey's been performed. Why aren't you showing me the... Oh. That's Dravidium. Okay. What am I doing? Why am I playing? You know, I haven't drunk that much, I promise. I'm just stuck. I'm looking because Iridium's great, and we can get it. I mean, that's going to be helpful. It's the titanium, and I think... Is that titanium? I think it is. Oh, shit, it is. Can't believe that. Right here. Because we'll load up. Just... That is going to let us make plastanium. That and... I can't believe we're finding it right here. A huge change. I think I see more right there. It's gonna change everything. You're not, this is a, there's no PV. Be here. Iridium's always easier to get than titanium, which is why I didn't get it initially when I first saw it, because I'm like, well, if I got titanium, then that's going to increase my need for titanium or stravidium. Can't believe that. This is a huge change. It's going to fill up with this stuff and come on back real quick. Get things making. This is plastanium. I mean, it's going to make plastanium stuff really available. People who are willing and able to just go into the deep desert. That's not. You don't really, you know, I'm not having to do much here. There's no, I mean, there's risk. Sandstorms are worse out here. There's no PvP out where we're at. We're just in the beginning. I know there's more stuff further out, so if I got, you know, but... Like, now's the time to get this before they curtailed us somewhat or something. Although I know this is part of the new patch, so... I know I'm in the deep desert, but I still need to buy this slider. Good, hot, and fresh. I need to remember. Place does good. Jay Wisdom, what type of slider? It looks good. It's pulled pork sliders and then some garlic beer battered fries. They're good. Mm-hmm. Look them in, Jay Wish. Yeah, no, I've heard. Cheers, and I'm having a gin martini here. I've had a long work week. Another martini in my future tomorrow night after I go to mass after church. Ugh, been working hard on stuff. All kinds of shit going on. Yes. Every day I go to mass. Every day I don't go to mass every day, but every day I go to work and there's just more shit coming out, and I'm just like, what is going on, people? Well, welcome, and make sure you follow and all that, so you're welcome in here. Get some Twitch drops for the game. We got new Twitch drops. Exactly your story. There you go. Yeah, I mean, I'm just like, really, I don't have time. I don't have time for any of this shit this week, you know, or last week. I'm like, why y'all create more problems for me? Was chasing somebody in the building. I had to get the police in there. I mean, there was all kinds of stuff. Can't leave you people alone for 1 second. I was doing other work. Yes, who knew? Yeah, it was just like, I'm just like, come on. You better. Oh, it'll be good. We'll get a ton of aluminum too. I mean, this is making it slightly worth getting the aluminum. I'm not going to get it right now because we overheated, people. God, we can glide. Right over here. A3. Some fuel in. Using up all the little bits that I bought. Brought a bunch of leftovers. Yeah, I know. It's like, yeah, we don't usually have to go. We're having to do all kinds of little bit of crisis safety stuff. So, we always do crisis stuff, but we're doing it today with some other stuff. I'm like, did everybody do their job the way they're supposed to? Because I'm not sure. Look at all that aluminum. Thank you, Jay Wisham. This is a lot of aluminum. I need aluminum. I have a base that'll give me this. It's gonna be worth coming out here just to get all the easy pickings aluminum as well. This is gonna make mining. Wait a minute. Oh, I need to see. I think I need to see. I think I can. There you go. We can survey that. And he's jumping around. He's yanking on things. This pulled pork slider. Not too far off a North Carolina pulled pork kind of sandwich, barbecue sandwich. They're batting it down. You appreciate that. Dive. He was not diving, right? So thank you for the follow, Jay Wisham. I appreciate it very much. We also have YouTube and Kick and Twitch, and we're multicasting on all that. Exclamation YouTube if you want to find it on the YouTube side. Watching my streams when I'm not there, that kind of thing. Yeah, appreciate it. Here to make a run down to Lexington barbecue. Oh, yeah, that sounds nice. Well, you know, I'm from Texas originally, so I am gonna like barbecue. It's kind of in my genes and all that, one way or another. But that includes North Carolina barbecue, Memphis barbecue. Doesn't have to just be Texas style or, you know, Kansas City or whatever. You know, I like all barbecue. All barbecue has its place for the most part. Alabama barbecue kind of screwed up, but other than that, I mean, those are all places I've lived. Hell no. There we go. We're not gonna have to fight for these damn nodes anymore. I mean, this is crazy. This is great. I'm gonna be able to make. I mean, it's gonna be spice. It's gonna be. I've got my plastanium, but I don't have my spice melange. The spice melange didn't get easier. Of course, spice melange is supposed to be the thing that you know, the most precious stuff on Earth, and all that stuff, according to the in-game and out-of-game lore. This fuel cell, that was a mistake. Am I in a spot? I think I might be in a survey spot. I'll fly over here. Yeah, and I just see the nodes. My God. And I just pushed really hard in when it was much harder. How hard was it? You know it was hard. So hard it's on my OnlyFans. Right. And we got the large ore refinery. So now all this ore is going to be very efficient. Top 10 nationwide. Very nice. I can believe it. I've heard of that, you know. Well, not necessarily that place. You didn't mention that place, but an hour down the road. Up here in the state. Oh, they just called Lexington barbecue? I mean, I've heard of Lexington for barbecue. I mean, I lived in North Carolina. Graduated from high school there. I think I've lived there in multiple times. A few places. There in high school. Came back during college. They're in Lexington too. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, when we lived in Central Virginia, me and Mrs. Rooster, there I don't want to prioritize Canyon, but when we lived in Central Virginia, there was a Western North Carolina barbecue place, and it was good. I mean, again, that stuff was really good. It was just the only place like that. They were like, we do Western North Carolina barbecue, and we were a band, but yeah, we're starting to open up stuff. That's good. Go up top here, we may be able to get another survey probe. I think we're gonna cross. I'm not sure. I don't see another sandstorm way up there. I think it's a mountain. There's a spice blow, that's for sure. Before you leave, make sure you probe us. That's what they were saying. You gotta, like, hang out, not change your tool while the probe's going on. Over the line to be. Yeah, it's a reminder that there's phrasing issues here. Don't put your tool away before you're done probing. I mean, one of the many things you have to say around here. I know it. Wow, B5. See if we can get a... Oh, we got another survey. I'll be damned. Well, these are 100 XP every survey you can run. I mean, you can run them every week, so... Yeah, there's coleslaw, some pickled red onions. I chose wisely. Reminded me that I'm parched. At some point we gotta get full over here. Yeah. Okay. That was an accident. Storage is now full. Doesn't mean my storage is not full. But the ship storage is, but we'll just fill it up with what we can get in our person. Yeah. That's me landing hard. This one's not lining up perfectly. There we go. Now, I think I picked up a fuel cell. Fuel cells are great. We don't need them. Not like that. Not when we're picking up this stuff. Stravidium. Stravidium, it's like a 1-to-6 ratio or something, so... We're just full, so... We just keep taking some titanium. We're gonna head on back, get things running. Guys, I do have some time off coming. What is it? After next week. The week going into Labor Day. I had some bonus time. So, I'm excited about that. That means bonus streams. Means chilling. Maybe taking a little extra time with Mrs. Rooster if she can get available. I'm not sure if she can. But I am, and I'll be able to stream. Be like, you're kicked out of the workroom, we're streaming. Playing Dune. Playing anything else we want to play. I've got the Monday before Labor Day off. Okay, now we're full. Monday before Labor Day. And then I have the Friday before Labor Day off. So I got the Monday off and the Friday off. So I have a 3-day work week. And then I have Monday, Labor Day off. So... That's a 5-day weekend. I say, fuck yeah, to that. With the holiday and all that. It's cool. I have the last week of August too. Very, very nice. Yeah, I think we were talking a little bit about that on one of the earlier streams in the last week. So then, of course, you come back to work and you have I only have a 4-day week, which for me is, a reduction. Now I got more time off later in September. Went ahead and took a little time. I'm gonna have to work pretty hard in the fall into the Christmas time. Hopefully I'll get some good Christmas New Year's time off, but there's no guarantee on that this year. Last year I got a really nice one and we were able to do some cool bonus streaming and stuff like that, which is what I like to do. Usually me and Mrs. Rooster, I do a lot of I do a lot of church and mass, and there's a lot of holy days around Christmas and New Year's and in between and all that. So I like to do that, but do home and hearth, cooking things. We're celebrating. There's a lot of good special World Junior Hockey on, and playing video games, stream. We're burning fires, we're taking walks, having beers, sitting out, you know. All kinds of, I mean, some of the best things in life. Family time, food time, relaxing with good sports time. I don't know what I'm going to do this year. No whammies, please. I'm starting to accrue more vacation time. Really fighting having to take time out being ill means I'm collecting a lot more vacation time, which is great. Which means I have time to take just for some random Fridays or Mondays off or whatever, which is what I want to do. And I'm in the process of applying for a lateral job change. It's lateral. It was supposed to be a promotion, but they demoted it. But it's still, quality of life is most likely going to be phenomenally improved for me. I think there's a good chance I'll get it. And I'm hoping that leads to more regular streaming and YouTube video creation, more quality time spent with Mrs. Rooster. It should. But we'll have to see, of course, but it's not going to be worse. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be a good bit better. This is one of the many reasons I'm interested in it. Did I deposit that shit? Alright, now. Let's see, here's the large ore refinery. You might notice that it's large. Oh, we got iron to make. Okay. Only 3 plus stanium. Let's see. Iron, it's making 3 to 1 instead of 4 to 1. Go to it. I tell you, it's faster. So we'll go over here to the medium chemical refinery, and then we need to make the rubidium fiber. We got 108. It's only taking 3. So once that makes, and we compare it with, here I'll show you, we can go look at this baby. I hunkered down hard to make this thing. So get the platstanium, the big dog, we need 4 titanium and 1 strontium. I think it was 5 or 6 with the other, here, I think we have the other still. I don't think we've gotten rid of them. Yeah, they're right here. These are the medium ones. So if we look here, what is it? 6 titanium to 1 strontium. So that saves me 2 titanium. And it's faster. It may take less water. So this clunker is incredible. I don't have any spice to make. Drop that in. Take that over. Put that. There we go. That's gonna make it go forward, make it go into the places I want it to deposit. Dumping that stuff in there. So that moves that there. Have to move it anyway. If you fill the storage of the unit up, that has a circuit direction. Like this. If I fill it up with wire, or money, or arrows, or something, you know, minuscule, it makes it, see, I've got it saying, things come in from circuit 1 and things from here go out to circuit 2, which is where I've got certain chests set to be receiving on circuit 2, which means certain chests, it'll pump those out automatically. Now I've got it locked, so just have to carry this stuff over. And so like these chests over to the right hand side are circuit 2 receiving, circuit 1 out, which is normal crafting. So all my refined ores and my refined chemicals, things that I'm like looking for and tracking, they all dump into these 4 or 5 chests over here. That's the idea. Our plastanium's up to 22. It's definitely playing the sandstorm music. Stravidium takes 1, so every 1 stravidium, if I have 4 titanium, is 1 plastanium. Plastanium's the bee's knees, so it's official. If you ever try to find the bee's knees, you can't, because that's where plastanium's at. Oh, so come on. See. Checking on Mrs. Rooster. I don't know how long she's staying in this event. So she's still there. She's not on her way back. Okay. She's with a friend. She's dressed up. She's having fun. What event? It's a museum event where they get to dress up, and she's dressed up in like 1930s beach pajama clothes, dressing up and having food and wine and stuff at museum, and like some kind of like social gathering thing on Thursday nights at a museum event. She does a lot of historical reenacting, sewing and stuff like that. Civilian, like not military stuff, but so her and her friends that like to dress up, they're going over there and drinking wine and having food, looking at art, things like that. It's like, hey, I'm going to that thing. You can go stream what you want. Yeah, sounds like fun. I've been to some of those things, but not as much. And usually, I mean, I barely got home from work when she was like leaving, or a friend was picking her up to take her to the museum. I got home and I was like, let me clean up some, and then, you know, start prepping a drink and let me get on. I was like, I haven't played Dune in 3 days, you know, so she's all supportive of that. Yeah, definitely. I mean, she's cool. We work a lot of that stuff out. It goes, okay, you want to stream, so what do we want to do for dinner? Because she's not gonna want to like slave in the kitchen. Archer's in the house. Archer, hello on TikTok. I hope I didn't miss you this one. I'm doing all right. How are you? I'm sorry, my TikTok chat is just a little bit further to the right. Let's see if I can. So let's see. Probably can. Yeah, that'll probably help me catch it. See if that works. I want to make sure I see it. Sometimes it's just a little bit further over. Doing okay, Archer. You've been saying hi and checking me out in TikTok, and I appreciate it stupendously. So I wanna say hi. Appreciate that. Oh yeah, let's look in here. See, it's got the deposit all water, extract all water. Great. Fill containers, yeah. How about fill my container? Because our Archer is somebody who is following us and talking to us on TikTok. I am multi-streaming. So on Twitch, TikTok, Kick, and 2 types of YouTube, the vertical form and the horizontal form. So we're actually streaming on all that, so I'm sometimes talking to different people in different chats. So it's a little confusing at times. On TikTok. Oh yeah, I'm on TikTok. I am Lay Rooster TTV, like Twitch TV, on TikTok. So please follow me. I need followers there. I need to get followers over there so I can, get monetized and all that stuff. So I live stream on all of them at the same time. So I have software that lets me do it now for free, which and easily. So if it wasn't free, I wouldn't be doing it. But so I'm breaking out there. So we're always on TikTok and Twitch. But if you want to get Twitch drops, you got to be on Twitch and all that. And right now we have Twitch drops for new building materials, which is cool. But I appreciate it. So yeah, for those who are confused, I'm like, Twitch is like my main home. I live stream there. I started live streaming at the same time on YouTube. I then added in the vertical YouTube streaming. We then be able to stream on Kick as well at the same time, and also now on TikTok. So there's like 5 streams going on every time I'm live streaming. Only downside on YouTube, I can't play my music because even though it's non-copyright, there's too much copyright false harassment on YouTube, so I had to just press my music there. There's a lot of music playing in the background, so on all the other streams. If you want to hear the streams, come on over there. But YouTube's great in general. It's just that was causing me too much craziness. I get an email at like 1 a.m. that said, copyright infringement. Follow my Twitter, which you can link to from my Twitch page and all that. You'll find, because I fire off a tweet when I go live on TikTok, on Kick, on YouTube, on the YouTube variants as well as Twitch, so that you can kind of find me. It's not that easy. Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, the goal is, of course, to find cool people and kind of bring them together. We're playing Archer. We're playing Dune Awakening again, that survival crafting MMO set in the Dune IP. What other games do I play? I made my start here playing mobile games like Marvel Strike Force and Star Trek Fleet Command. And then my computer had some limitations, so I do some mobile games that are comic book, sci-fi, fantasy related. So like Star Trek Fleet Command, playing a Marvel Mystic Mayhem. There's some DC Heroes Collide, things like that. I was doing DC Dark Legion for a bit, so playing some of those games. Dune's really taking my things because I do like MMOs and I like computer role-playing games. So I was streaming New World several years ago as well. This is the first kind of new MMO for get me playing. I streamed some Conan Exiles for a while I was waiting for Dune to come out. I was streaming 7 Days to Die. I was also streaming Oblivion, which I am going to get back to. Streamed a little Skyrim. I mean, so some of those single-player games. Atomfall was out. I was playing some of that. So I'll play those now that I have a new gaming computer that I've had for a year and a half. Elden Ring. I've got Elden Ring. I suck at it. So I haven't tried to stream it since, but I mean, it's pretty cool. So, I mean, I wouldn't mind playing it. It's just, stuff's hard. Sometimes I'm like, guys, I want to drink, you know? I want to drink and play and have some fun. If I feel like I gotta, like, run a marathon just to get past somebody, then it's kind of like, yeah. I mean, this game's got plenty of challenge in it and all that, but I own Elden Ring. I've got things like that. I was playing Fallout 76. I wasn't streaming that, but I couldn't stream it at the time. Again, I didn't have my newer gaming computer that can stream anything, and now I have a two PC setup, so I'm streaming on one computer and playing hardcore games on the other, and that makes it a lot easier. Getting so much. I'm just waiting on this thing to do its thing. It's not too far from done. You do agree, Elden Ring's very hard. Took me a long time to get past some bosses. Yeah, I haven't really gotten. It took me a long time to get past, you know, get my handle on the tutorial. You know, and I started understanding it, and it's just kind of building. A lot of times, I was playing Kingdom Come Deliverance 1 and 2. I was streaming those. I need to get back. Mrs. Rooster's like, when are you going to play Kingdom Come Deliverance 2? Because, you know, she really liked the story. I played Baldur's Gate 3. You know, I'll play other games like that. Here's your link last weekend, but I got my case for my thread. Thank you, Down. That's right. Amazon, you can use my Amazon link as an Amazon affiliate to support me, like Down's just done. Buying something you were already going to buy. The way to funnel some referral money my way, you know. So not always able to subscribe and give super chats and bits and things, but it's another way to do it. All appreciated. Thank you, Down. I appreciate it. Go log in and check at some point. Kind of wanted to get this thing running. Like watching this, is then I can set off the other and say, make it so, you know. Start making the Astanium. I don't mind a hard game, but hard games that are kind of Twitch-like, and I don't mean Twitch as in the game, but me like Twitch, you know, that kind of thing. Which, and to me, is more like Dark Souls, Elden Ring. Yep. Yes, I do have pets. We have Augie the doggy. I don't have a doggy camera. He's looking off into the bay window, waiting for Mrs. Rooster to come home. That's what he's doing. There's pictures. If you go exclamation Discord, you can get in there. There's picture. We have a pet picture section in the Discord where people can post their cute pets. If you think your pet is cute, if you don't think your pet is cute, you probably should keep it out of there. But you can do that. And then yes, oh yeah, absolutely. Exclamation Discord will give you some stuff. There's a picture of Augie near the front of that part. He's very cute. Not necessarily very good, but he is very cute. And I run a Twitch thing. It's like if you do five gifted subs, aside from other mystery things that will happen on the stream, I will, if you want, I will corral Augie and get him on my lap to put him on the camera, for like 90 seconds while I awkwardly try to hold him. So I'd have to move my food.
Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
But those are things we do with Augie. Used to have cats and dogs. Money's, oh yeah, no, I mean, it's kind of like I'm putting him on there. He's too big for my lap and my belly and all that. And we're like, stay here. And like, don't hit the stream controls, Augie. You know, that kind of thing. So, and he can be a little resistant, so it is a bit of a effort. So, not that he doesn't like me and all that, but, you know, he's much more of Mrs. Rooster's lapdog. He's not a lapdog because he's too big, but he gets on her. She's smaller, much smaller than I am. So, that's part of what we do. Sometimes I need her to help me corral him if we're going to do that. There we go. Our water's down to 1,088,000 from like 1 something. That should mean that we can now make 108 Plastanium over here. No cats used to have a black one. Yeah, I had 3 cats that I got from their birth, you know, within 6 weeks of their litter. They were the whole litter. It's a small litter of 3. And one lived to be 19, one died at 21. The other one died in between there. We had them. I'm actually allergic to cats, but I didn't know that, and of course I loved them quite a bit anyway. So, but still, can't live them. So, but they live forever. So, our dogs haven't lived as long. We used to have 2 dogs and 3 cats. Yeah, I know. That was Heidi. Okay, she's the one that lived at 21. But I think Butler died around 20, and then JP, who was like my little buddy, he died at like 19. That was extra sad. It's hard. But yeah, they lived forever. And I was allergic to them, and even when they started living outside in the backyard, they liked it. It was fenced and contained, but and they just hang out there. They didn't really want to come in, which was cool because I was allergic to them anyway. But then they would shed a lot of cat hair on our outdoor furniture, which meant that we had to like vacuum and brush the heck out of it if I was going to sit on it because I was allergic to their hair. I mean, we bought me like a chair that didn't have upholstery, and I sit next to it, but that made it easier. But again, so we're like, we can't really get any more cats right now. I was allergic to dogs, but after all my shots, they said, okay, you can tolerate dogs. But we get dogs with like terrier poodle hair to make it as good as possible. That's what we do. Okay, so we're down to just this large fuel. No, that's a small one. They changed the look of these. Another large. Okay. I'm enjoying these sliders way more than I mean, I figured they'd be good, but let's see. Nothing in here. The helicopter nature was really loud. That's one of the things they did with this patch, is make it quieter. You see, we get so loud. I was like, oh god, I can barely hear. It's really cool when you hear the wind whistling and all that stuff, but when you were doing the Thopter helicopter thing, it was like, does it have to be that loud? Graphics are nice, yeah. Unreal Engine 5. This is a great game. And I'm running it on like ultra graphics or whatever, because I do have that rather round computer. But sound editing, really good. Sound editing's better than the graphics. The noise of the worm, the noise of the sandstorms, the noise of the different things, pretty impressive. Overland map so they can add aerials to it. That martini's been drained dry, mister. No whammies. Went in at a different location, and this should be like A5, so it should be a place to survey. 30 meters. 30 meters, okay. Well, it's taller back here. Up here. Trying to get over in this little hole. I know it's higher. That's because I'm trying to survey. Read what the survey says. Okay. You have to let it sit. Now, I don't know why it's not doing it, but I just served this area. It should be showing it to me. Well, this is incredible that this stuff is here. The whole idea was to make you have to go into risk PvP danger. I mean, the game is more PvE than it is PvP, and the PvPers... I mean, I'll do a little PvP, but I'm not going to do a lot. But a lot, you know, the PvPers that we're really looking for are more of the ganker, kind of fun destroyers. So they're having to, like, deal with that. That's not what... That's not... They wanted kind of like a cooperative... somewhat respectful PvP, which I will certainly agree with is a cool thing. It's not that easy because there's a lot of wankers out there, and that's just the truth. Especially in the PvP, they're like, "Hey, I can ruin somebody's fun and call it my own." So yeah, let me do it. Let me grief people. You know, no, don't be a wanker. Don't be a douche. Yeah, we got control points to fight over, and I'll go kill people to, like, take control and stuff like that. That's cool. It's kind of understood. Capture the flag kind of mechanic. Now, we know that we need rubidium fiber because it's limiting what we can make in the titanium, which is amazing. So, because we made only what we could make of it. You like story mode? Yeah, yeah, yeah. And this game actually has some good story. I'm not advancing it fast. I'm kind of savoring it, but it has some good story stuff. Well, that was a smooth landing, Rooster. You know, there's actually some questions. This is kind of reminiscent of Star Wars, the Old Republic MMO that had a bunch of like instance story stuff and all that. You know, it's got that stuff going on. It's very easy to get caught up in the survival crafting progression or the exploration. I tend to like a lot of the open world exploration, and then kind of crafting and building in order to make sure I can do the next thing better, become stronger, so I can do some of the hostile grinding and things like that. So. Can't believe how prevalent they've made these. This is gonna really advance us, because we'll be able to make some of the things out of plastic. We're gonna end up needing to hit the spice. Like I was saying this before, it's like it's not everything, because we're still gonna have to go hunt spice melange to make sure we have enough of that to turn anything into late in-tier stuff. We're close. So, like I said, this is new because none of this stuff was available out here. You had to fly for 5 minutes north into the PvP area just to find these nodes, and now they're here in the areas which don't take anything. So it's kind of like, oh, just a little easy. But again, spice is going to be a barrier, so you're still going to have to go. There's ways to get spice even in the Hagen Basin, but you're going to have to like really grind for it that way. So in some ways, it's like as long as they don't copious spice out here, it's going to make it like we still have to really decide what to do, or buy spice, or sell plastanium to get spice, you know. Then sandstorms out here are nasty. Get the hell away kind of thing. So yeah, and if you zone in during one, you are fucked. I'll tell you that. Dips don't take crash damage, by the way. You might have figured out that that's not something I have to be concerned about. Vehicles don't either. I love it. Here it is. I didn't know how to land my planes for a while anyway. So I was just gently crashing them where I wanted them. I'm like, do I not need to survey this area? Survey's already been performed. Problem is the survey is not showing it, but I think it will at some point. It'll open up, but it's not actually showing as if I've surveyed it. A7. Doing the survey from here. Probably. Yep. That one suddenly surveyed, see that? What kind of PC do you have? I have an Alienware. Biggest one with a NVIDIA 4090 for my gaming computer, so it's pretty beefy. I mean, it's a few years ago it was much closer to top of the line. It's not, you know, but yeah, it's still a pretty good one, you know, and it's not having a problem running the games I want to play, including this one. Then I use an old Alienware, much older, like a 1080 NVIDIA, which was my old gaming computer. It's gotten really old, but that now is like my streaming computer, so we're streaming through that, which it handles a lot better. It runs like my music and my OBS and things like that. And then the gaming computer doesn't do much. It just runs games. Games and ports the games back to the streaming computer. So I'm getting a lot more life out of the old streaming gaming computer by making it a streaming computer. It was my Christmas gift 2 Christmases ago. Back when, well, I've been streaming for like 4 going on 5 years, but I got long COVID. I got COVID at like day after Christmas and got long COVID, and I was really out of sight. I could barely stream, I could barely talk because I had like, it damaged my vocal cords, all kinds of problems. I was out of work for 3-4 months. It was a real mess, and I couldn't stream for at least 2.5 months, and then I was like streaming a little, but I was on there. Yeah, it was rough, you know, I mean, and it was tense because, you know, it wasn't going well at work that I was out. They weren't as supportive as I would like the employer to be. So, yeah, and I got my things working. I had to do I had to go to ENT and do all kinds of therapy. Had to get my vocal cords kind of fixed. They had to repair. They had screwed up, and I was hoarse. There's this video sounds like, hey, how you doing? You know, I kind of sounded like that for a long time. Didn't speak at all. I mean, I could speak, but I'd be hoarse within like 3 minutes of talking. So I did eventually stream and kind of hang out with people, but they would hear it, you know. Started doing a sound check for Let Me Clear My Throat as like one of the sound things that was available for biddies, you know. Because after a while I was feeling good, but I wasn't able to talk and all that. They had me, you know, trying to watch how much I spoke. All that. I was on like your voice restrictions. It was just poorly supported and understood at work, which was not great. That added a lot of stress. I'm lucky I made it through without quitting, suing them, or getting fired, or any combination. So these are better spot right now, so that's good. Here. Sound jet. Yeah, it worked out. I mean, I have this rather good job, but you know, it's been very touch and go. There's been issues and things that make it not so good, but 118, jeez. Making sure that wasn't fake. Archer was coming right back. One ticked up. Should be getting kind of full soon, I think. There. Speaking of which, now it's about filling enough my capacity. And I see the glints. You can see the silvery stuff. Said that. There's one. I won't be able to take too much of this over full. I'm not full. Skip is full. Probably should have Stravidium. Being any. I mean, it's there, I'm sure. Seems to be everywhere right now. Is that Stravidium or is that? Most likely there's a note of it somewhere nearby. Just not seeing it right now. It's not it either. Funky. Been everywhere. I'll take titanium. There's both. Well, we'll see. Take the Stravidium first, see if we get full up, then we'll finish off with titanium. I've traditionally felt like titanium was a little more rare. Not completely full, so there we go. That's an exit, so spike. Let's see. There's open, no whammies, no sandstorms, active while we again they don't tell you, so you can tune in right into a sandstorm and get screwed over. glide on. Okay. Still, yeah, not got. Yeah, Pokemon catchable. Monster Hunter Now game is doing the updates. Okay. Some more of that stuff. Let's go see. Still is grinding. Trying to finish that up to get to the Plastanium, so let it do here. Stravidium, another 171. Cool. Running that, we're down under 1 million water. That go. I'm gonna take some of the stuff back. I'm gonna get some wine. Yeah, get some wine. Wash that martini down. Anyway, be right back. Don't go nowhere. Cock-a-doodle. Alright, we're back. Oh, sound check. Okay. Hope people are doing well. Ugh. Not sure how long to expect Mrs. Rooster to be out, but she's doing her thing. While water's going down, we're gonna take. We got some filters made. We're gonna go put them in the water traps so that we can be passively making more water. Here. 932,000. These 4 suckers should get us going. Oh, that was it. Because we need grass. We're going after picking up grass on a little bit of a loop. This, so we can make more more filters to get the water going. See, there's a whole bunch there. 9. You get XP every time you pick something up like this. Yeah, maybe 8. But still, that's a lot. I was going to have a reason to fly further and longer. Here. Do this just a little bit and go back into the base. This survival fabricator, go to this. Makeshift filters. 5 plant fiber, 3 steel ingots, and some water. I can afford to make these now, and they last longer, I think, but maybe test that out later. Checking on Mrs. Rooster. It's still where she was. Alright. actually a faster way to get here. These guys, don't underestimate them. That passive water generation is key. We're gonna make water all night, well into my workday, and then when the Thulu probably gets off work a lot sooner than me, start it out. So I'm just gonna wait for. Making in the downstairs, and as it makes them, they're here. Need a few more, so I'm just gonna wait here and add them in. Let it get to 2. And I think we only need 3 to top this off. Yeah. Topped off. It only runs for like 18 hours with these. You have to use the higher quality filters, which require better resources and stuff like that to do that. But the others are cheap, so I like using them, especially if you're playing on the weekend where you can kind of keep it's like, oh, let me just get it before it runs out of 16 hours. Grass in the bank. I'm gonna go look for a little bit of spice. I'm wondering, got on 100. So yeah, I'll make 71 more, but it'll be more. I'm gonna go look for Haga Basin spice, and I want to see what the worm does as we. Here, let's look at 52%. These have improved. 50% reduced durability drain. They are lasting longer. We're going to look for a basic spice field. Most people on this server, leave them alone in here. I'm the main one who harvests them. Same thing with the flower sand would be a different story, but now that you can get flower sand in the deep desert, it may be safer and easier, but we have to see what they've done. Oh, it was... and the buttons are on. There's one. And as usual, these are small, but they're untouched, you know. So we're gonna see what. See what the worm does. We'll be able to hear the worm and we'll decide to be a problem. That's good. Not a problem here. There is a worm. And he was coming fast. If you don't know that. Once he decided to be herded, where is he? Weird. There he is. Away, Shiloh. We'll see just how annoyed he is in a second. That's all the spice. There you go. Pretty much, I mean, I think there was like 553 or something. I was kind of surprised he didn't come back. So I was surprised he let us go that long, though, but part of the testing, because these are changes from before. Stay out of the radiation area, which is over there to the right. Going up there. I have my radiation suit on, so we are not trying to get radiation. I'm gonna hit it right there, I think. Yep, that's a little radiation blip. But it wears off. There's some spice. There's another blow of like spice or something, but there's spice from right there. Those are harder because they're on an angle. Anything on an angle, it's usually harder to land on. So, let's see what we can do. I don't even like the way we landed there. It's a damn worm, too, so. Sliding. I don't know if you can hear that shit, but I can. Ah, there you go. That's what's going on. Another worm-related thing. Have to be quick with these two. That one's going to be really high and probably hard for me to reach. Yeah, it's too hard for me to reach because of the height. Go over and get some. It's kind of moving. I don't want to get too far from this shit. We're wearing things, boots that make us less noticeable. Oh, we're just gonna get out of here. Things bad now for a second. Worm over there. Go back and dump some of these ill-gotten gains. Just looking for hard to resist ill-gotten gains. Gains that can be gotten ill. Can I avoid hitting that? I don't think so. I was trying. So we've just been doing a little harvesting and trying to figure out what's going on. It's still making. Now we've got a bunch of resources. Industrial pumps we need big time. Yeah, we needed to catch back up on those. Need to look at Landsrad stuff and yeah, it has some spice. We'll stop all with that. Take my darts back. Okay. Still have Holtzman and calibrated steroids, things like that. I'm putting those in there. Power pack, I can turn into nothing. We now run out of titanium. I don't know what to do then. Truth, I mean, of course I do. Let's get, I do have an idea. What is that doing there? It's supposed to go here? Yeah. Okay. Some of those are not Beckett. Those are baby guns. Alright. There is sandstorm coming. Still taking damage, but not. Oh. Tanner was taking a lot of damage. They reduced the burn that it takes. Out of ammo. Figure out where this. There's the sandstorm. It's not going my way. I am taking the assault ornithopter out. Why? Because it has twice the capacity. And if I just have to go short, I just got back from my dinner and had to tune back. No problem, welcome back in. Sounds like, are you on the West Coast or something like me? Man, either way. I'm taking the assault copter. It's got twice in... Oh, you're over in Virginia. Oh, well, me and Mrs. Rooster moved here to California from Virginia. Enjoy it over there. Hope you're doing well. We're in Central Virginia. Before we move down here. We're in Northern California. Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, Mrs. Rooster's from Virginia, and I'm from Texas, but also lived around the East Coast and stuff. Okay, let me get in here. So, this one has twice the storage. So, as you saw, the amount of mining is phenomenal right now. I'm gonna pick up aluminum. We're just gonna load up with every aluminum, strontium, and titanium. Don't need the other stuff, but sucker's not as fast, but it holds twice as much, so we're gonna get a big load of stuff, you know, go from there. There's somebody else taking off. I'm not in PvP area, so they can't do much of anything to me. Not necessarily wanting to, but they can if they wanted to, so. Well, let's go in here. Put in aluminum, strontium. out of titanium, but you know, we'll run out of stravidium after a while, so. Now we got 3 in there, so as we find more, we'll auto bug it in. So I'm not usually, I mean, I do mine a lot, but I'm not usually just doing none of it mining, but this is like, we're getting the stuff that is much harder to get, much easier, suddenly, because of this patch. And this is part of what we're testing out anyway, so. Now that is typically, I will tell you that, sandstorm music of sorts, but let's see. We need to climb up. This might not be enough, but 39 meters, huh? They made these boosters work a lot better. Got to the hive we need. If you have Amazon Prime, you have Twitch Prime. Just gotta link them up. It's all Amazon properties, and you get a free sub over here on Twitch. You can help me out. And you know, it doesn't pay you anything. You get 1 free sub to 1 streamer on Twitch per month. Appreciate it if you made it me. Doesn't have Amazon Prime. Oh, Zam, bat it down. That down says do it. Aluminum's still a big deal, and again, I usually use my buggy runs and my buggy base, but I'm just like, we're gonna have a little fun with this stuff. We're gonna... Can't believe that we're just in the base. Basic part of the base. I'm not gonna stop for aluminum by itself, but if it is like this next to titanium and stravidium, grab it, or if there's a whole bunch of it. kiln grab. I mean, I need aluminum anyway, and the new ore refinery is the most efficient, even more efficient than the base, so. I'm not going to sit down where there's just aluminum, unless there's a whole bunch of it, but I am going to sit down where there's just the other ones. It's all copper. I would have thought that wasn't. Yeah, they overheated us. I'll have to learn how to play that game. What do I see? There you go. It's not as fast, not as agile. It's more of the flying tank. It's me. So we look at our things. You can see we got just under. We would just be about full with the normal scout, but we've got a whole nother scout's worth in here of inventory. The idea we're not having much trouble getting stuff, so keep forgetting to find the rest, fix the rest of these wings. There's 6 wings on these things. Factory wings are getting neglected by me because I keep forgetting they exist. There's a lot of aluminum, so I am not caring if I if we end up full on some aluminum. Aluminum is still extremely valuable. Not as valuable as tritium and titanium, but if those become a lot easier to get, then they're gonna start evening out a little bit. This is the deep desert. This is just the start. This is the baby beginner. When you're in the rocks in the deep desert, you're barely in it. You're in the safest part of it, so. And you didn't have a chance in hell of getting the materials we get. I don't even think you could get really aluminum out here that much, but you might have been able to. I just wasn't. There seems to be even more of that right now, so perfect. Here, let's do a survey. Certainly could get aluminum on the PvE side, but I don't feel like there was a lot of it. This is a lot of everything here right now, suddenly. That sun. You gotta get closer. B9. Okay, you don't need B9's as far 9, you know, so I didn't need to keep going east once you hit 9. We're gonna see if we can survey here. 104 meters, that's a few. Trying to get up high. Got 150, that's even more XP. Let's look, where are we at? 805, so we're pretty full. not as good, you know, it's no scout. The scout is much more versatile and nimble. You know, 'cause it's a scout. Alright, here's a good spot. Yeah, okay. Get a ray about the break. I'll not have that. Okay, very close to full. I held down the wrong button. That's what happened there. This would mostly do it, I would think, but kind of surprising. But there, now storage is full. That's more appropriate. Let's grab this. Then let's fill up on this. I need it all anyway. There you go. Backpack full. Where's my exit? To the left. Right there. Boosters. They fix these boosters so we get a big actual boost. No whammies. So far, I like a lot of the changes. Can't really complain. There's my base. There's a wild ladybug. The chat and the Twitch chat. Is it Thulu gone? Nope, he's not. Put that aluminum there. Now let's go to the assault movement. Thing, Dravidium 147. Yes. Run, run, run. Run, Robin. This thing was so big we had trouble where it was going to fit in general. 104 aluminum, 44 titanium. Oh, I suspect that means Mrs. Rooster's working. Yeah, red alert, red alert. Is that Mrs. Rooster? Yes, it is. Augie was going crazy seeing Mrs. Rooster get dropped off. 525. I'm going to make 235 of that into steel. Leaving some iron because we might need some iron. We can sort it out later, but titanium, aluminum, steel. What's our water at? Now that we beat it down, 658. So we knocked it down 1.1. Thuluk's in the house. Update. We did well. Thuluk, have you checked the early part, the shield wall of the deep desert for mining resources? It's a game changer. Mainly what we've been messing around with. Not yet. In all the rocky stuff in A and B rows of the deep desert. Tons of aluminum, which is fine, and I was enough to be worth like picking up, but tons of stravidium and titanium. So we can get all that. I'm making a bunch of plastanium. I'm making some aluminum just by running. I took the assault doctor in there because of the because I could fill it up. You're not having to go far in the desert. It's not taking long. You fill it up, get stuff. Still got to go further for like spice and stuff, but plastanium is gonna quickly become something we can sock a lot more of away. So Commander Thuluk is moving the Ono base in another spot. Cool. Plus we're using this large ore refinery, so you can see over here I'm making 266 plastinium, 304 aluminum, and 235 steel. And again, the efficiencies on this are really good. The other thing I'm doing is I did get a little bit of spice, and I'm going to hold it until I see what we get. I got like 990 spice, nothing major. Look in here. What's our Landsrad? Tool, repair costs and refining. Refining times would be nice. It'll be faster spice. We might want the vehicle or the tool or something. This thing is good. It's cheaper plastinium and all kinds of stuff. You look at the repair thing is my battery. Not sure what layout I want to use, but it's moved to the far east side now. Okay, cool. I'll eventually check it out, I'm sure. What's this cutter rate? There it is, 18. It's MK5. Oh, just aluminum? Oh, well, we'll do that. I can probably make an MK6. I'm curious now. Right. Oh, no, you have to get a better... Very cool. I made some filters because we were at 1.1 million water, and I've been refining, and now we're down to 658,000. But I do have the water traps running. They'll run for like 16 hours, so for another 14 or 15 hours. So, and then they can be replenished, so that'll help a lot. Longer for late out most so far. Fancy pants or role-playing style. Yeah. You can go get some more tradey stuff if you drop a bunch of Solari and all that. I haven't done that yet. Figure something out. In theory, you can buy like base descriptions, but I don't think anybody's selling any on the boards for it. And if you follow me, you just make squares, rectangles and squares. I know we're gonna have to. We'll go and we'll put that expansion on the top here. At some point. Not today. All kinds of stuff in here. 80K Solar. Yeah, just 80. I mean, it's just one time. Start making some cool stuff. Cool stuff. I have the Solari right now, but that can be gotten. We got to check the vendor and see what they're buying. What's the vendor buying lube for? Things like that. Because they changed the price so you can buy lube. Hopefully it didn't lower the price they'll buy lube at. Because it wasn't crazy. But we'll see. Ew. Well, folks, I'm a little tired. Anyway, it's Thursday night. I've got to go Friday. Now, tomorrow I got to go work again. I've been working hard, and I realized I have work I forgot to do. Forgot to finish today, but I also have to get off. And I'm going to go to Mass because it's a holy day of obligation tomorrow. So I'll be going to Mass at 6 o'clock. And then I'll be done around 7, and I'll come home. And as long as I'm not crashing diabetically, I'll be getting on here with a martini. And Mr. Zeuser behind the screen, stuff like that. Figure something out. So that's part of the plan right now. Anyway, let's look, because go ahead and either raid out or close out depending on who's on. I don't know that answer. On doing stuff right now. Red is on doing Battlefield 6. I've never even played that game, but we might as well give him a raid. He's our guild leader over here and all that, so you know, go over there and just show some love. He'll be playing Dune soon. He better be. Um, so, or he's doing Card Shop Simulator. That looks like a card shop. But anyway, let's go over there and say hi. All right. All right. So we'll raid him. He's part of our Dune universe. So we're gonna go do that. I'm gonna go chill out. I think Average and Cherox and Psycraft and Vincent are over there doing that and all that. Go over and say hi. Anyway, I'll be on tomorrow. It'll just be a little later Pacific time. I got on at 6-ish today. I'll get on more like at 7:30 tomorrow night. We got plenty of playing. So, all right, you're back. That'll be good. Cock-a-doodle.